you know, about Claypool, I guess I wrote, he's an interesting guy because of his size, right? I mean, he's going to be the biggest wide receiver in the NFL. He's uh, he's physical. He likes to block. He does a lot of things the Steelers like. He's not a game breaker by any stretch of the imagination. I just think to me that he's open to playing some tight end. He plays a ton of special teams. Um, and I think that makes him a good fit for what the Steelers are looking for, is a guy that can contribute right away. When you look at the receiver position, okay, what do they really need, right? I mean, they have Juju Smith-Schuster, who's a big physical receiver. They have, but really a possession receiver also. They have Deontay Johnson, who's a kind of do everything speed guy. James Washington's obviously a deep threat. But to me, the two areas that I look at is he's going to be a good run blocker, and he's going to be good in the red zone. That's an area the Steelers were terrible last year. And he had 19 touchdowns on 66 catches last year for Notre Dame. So to me, I think a lot of the idea of the selection and his fit with the team makes a ton of sense. I'm just not sure it was the best player available. It felt like maybe 25 spots more, he probably still would have been there, with Mims just now being taken at 59. At least 10 spots more, you think he would have been there. But I think that that it's a fit in a lot of ways for what the Steelers like to do.
Yeah, and what do you have over there on the site right now? Because fans obviously can multitask.
Yeah. So I just put
like
up the pick first, and then my second story is just my conversation with Claypool at the Combine. We talked about him maybe playing some tight end. We talked about his journey as a prospect, which was interesting. He's a late blooming kid. He didn't have great numbers until his senior year. He wasn't a big prospect until the Senior Bowl, and really he wasn't on anyone's radar to be a first round pick until he put that number down at the Combine and ran what he ran. I know, Nick said that he doesn't feel like that. He looks like that on film, and he doesn't. But I think the athleticism at the size is the allure for the Steelers, and maybe they do use him as like a pseudo flex tight end. We've seen more and more teams go to a bigger slot receiver to take advantage of some mismatches against some undersized nickel corners.
Yeah, and the Patriots right now have their pick in as they're certainly
Go ahead, Nick. You were going to say something there about Claypool.
The separate thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
I will say this: Mims is not a slot.
No,
no, for sure.
This is what I think sold them with Claypool over Mims, is the slot capability. So you have now two big slot guys in Ebron and Claypool, and you also have another guy that's a physical slot in Juju. So you're using physicality over the middle of the field. Meanwhile, you have a guy that can take the top off the defense in Washington, and you also have a guy that can work underneath and be dangerous in Deontay Johnson. So you have a variety of styles on this team, and you have a ton of guys that can stretch the middle of the defense. And this is what Ben loves. He loves these big targets over the middle of the field. Claypool's going to get a lot of work just by sitting down in zones. I mean, that's how Heath Miller did a ton of his work. Granted, Claypool's going to do a lot of that. And you have Vance McDonald still there as well.
Yeah.
So this is what allured them. I don't hate the fit of Claypool. The only thing I hate about the pick with Claypool, I just don't think the value was good, and that's just what irks me. I think he's not worthy of 49, especially that since I think they had a lot of what he brings in Ebron and a lot of these guys, but he does add things to the receiver and your receiving core. Sorry, and you're only asking him to be a wide receiver 4 at this point for that, and maybe a wide receiver 3 next year. And when he's going to be asked to do that, I think he's great as a wide receiver 3.
Yeah, and as much as Ben's a step up from the two backups of last year in Duck and Rudolph, he is still older, and you still want to get him as much help as he possibly can, and he's certainly going to welcome all of it. So you add somebody who maybe fits more into your mold, and there have been a lot of teams here that have just stuck to their board, say the Patriots just now, sticking to their board more so than just doing best available in general here with